Hey friends, the Atlanta Falcons have some big decisions to make, and to be honest, I'm a little worried. Let me explain what's going on. But before we dive in, hit the like button if you agree that defense should be the Falcons' top priority. If you think another position is more important, drop a comment below. As the football world gets ready for Super Bowl 59, the Falcons are already planning their offseason moves. After missing the playoffs again, it's clear that something needs to change. And one of the biggest problems, you guessed it, defense. Last season, Atlanta ranked 23rd in total defense and 31st in sacks, almost dead last. That's just not good enough for a team hoping to make the playoffs. To fix this, the Falcons hired Jeff Ulbrich as their new defensive coordinator. But let's be real. Coaching changes alone won't solve everything. The team needs better players, and they need them fast. While the NFL draft is an option, there's one big name in free agency that could help right away: Chase Young. According to CBS Sports' Jordan Dean, Young is someone the Falcons should target, and honestly, that makes a lot of sense. Young was the Defensive Rookie of the Year in his first season. Last year with the New Orleans Saints, he recorded 5.5 sacks, 21 QB hits, 47 hurries, 66 pressures, top 7 among pass rushers. That's the kind of production Atlanta's defense desperately needs. At just 25 years old, Young has already played for the Commanders, 49ers, and Saints. Now he's looking for a new home, and Atlanta could be the perfect fit. Let's be honest. No Falcons defensive lineman ranked in the top 20 at their position last season. The highest-rated defender, linebacker Caden Ellis, ranked 25th. That's just not good enough for a playoff team. The good news? Young won't cost a fortune. Reports say he wants a multi-year deal, but it shouldn't be too expensive. That's great news because the Falcons aren't in the best financial shape. They're currently $7.6 million over the salary cap, 27th in the league. Signing Young would take some smart financial moves, but it's not impossible. Last year, he signed a one-year, $13 million deal with the Saints. If the Falcons make a competitive offer, they could land him. So what do you think, Falcons fans? Should the team sign Chase Young to fix their pass rush? Let me know in the comments. Or do you think the Falcons should focus on other moves this offseason? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We all know the Falcons have had their ups and downs in recent years. Okay, maybe more downs than we'd like to admit. But former head coach Mike Smith, the only coach in team history to lead Atlanta to 5 straight winning seasons, recently shared his thoughts on what the Falcons need to do to become contenders again. And let me tell you, his insights are spot on. The Falcons must fix their pass. Defense coach Smith isn't sugarcoating it. The Falcons' pass defense has to improve. Last season, Atlanta allowed a league-high 69.9% completion rate, finished second to last in sacks, just 31, ranked 22nd in total yards allowed per game. Those numbers, nowhere near playoff level. Smith pointed out that when the Falcons needed to make big plays on defense, they simply didn't. And that's a big reason why they're watching the playoffs from home. Again. The good news, changes are already happening. The team has already made a big move, hiring Jeff Ulbrich as the new defensive coordinator after letting Jimmy Lake go. Ulbrich is known for his sharp defensive mind, but let's be honest, he can't work miracles without the right players. So what's next? Smith says Atlanta must focus on 2 key positions. 1 pass rushers, 2 cornerbacks. Finding the right pass rushers. Smith named a few big names the Falcons could target, but each comes with concerns. Khalil Mack, a great player, but at 33 years old, is he past his prime? Josh Sweat, Eagles, had a strong season, but Philly may not let him go. Bryce Huff, Jets, struggled with injuries last year, but he's known for being a team-first player. His past connection with Ulbrich makes him an interesting option. If these free agents don't work out, the Falcons may have to turn to the draft. But here's the problem. They only have 5 picks right now. Smith believes the team will explore trading assets to gain more draft picks, but that's easier said than done. Atlanta is currently $1 million over the salary cap, 27th in the league, so they'll have to be creative with their money. Atlanta also needs another cornerback. Smith also stressed the importance of finding a solid number 2 cornerback to pair with A.J. Terrell. Some potential options: DJ Reed, Jets, has experience with Ulbrich but might be too expensive. Charvarius Ward of 49ers, a strong cover corner, but will the 49ers let him walk? Rasul Douglas, Bills, a veteran player who could bring leadership to the defense. Safety help is also needed. Another concern, the safety position. With Justin Simmons heading to free agency, the Falcons need a strong partner next to All-Pro safety Jesse Bates III. Smith highlighted 3 young free agents who could be great additions: Jevon Holland, Dolphins, 301 tackles and 5 interceptions in 4 seasons. A potential game changer. Talanoa Hufanga, 49ers. An aggressive playmaker, but injuries are a concern. Cameron Bynum, Vikings. A solid all-around player who could add depth. The Falcons have a lot of work to do, but with smart moves, they can turn things around. What do you think, Falcons fans? Should Atlanta focus on pass rushers, cornerbacks, or safeties? Let's discuss in the comments. If the Falcons can land a game-changing defender, it could make all the difference. We all know the offense is heading in the right direction. Michael Penix Jr. is showing promise at quarterback. Bijan Robinson is a beast in the backfield. Drake London is developing into a top-tier receiver. But if this team wants to end its 7-year playoff drought, the defense has to step up and fast. What should the Falcons prioritize? Should they sign a big-name pass rusher, or should they go after a top-tier cornerback or safety? How should they manage the salary cap to make these moves happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Jeff Ulbrich returns as defensive coordinator. Jeff Ulbrich is officially back with the Falcons as their defensive coordinator, and head coach Raheem Morris is counting on their long-time connection to turn this defense around. But make no mistake, this wasn't just an old friends reunion. According to Ulbrich, the interview process was strictly professional. Even though he and Morris have worked together in the past, 2015-2020, the Falcons' front office took this hire very seriously. It wasn't just Raheem and me hanging out, Ulbrich said. They were very thorough, asked great questions, and gave me a chance to connect with the rest of the organization. Ulbrich described the process as amazing and said he was grateful for the opportunity. He officially landed the job on January 18th. But it wasn't an easy road. A competitive hiring process. The Falcons interviewed 6 other candidates for the job, including some big names: Lance Romo, Steve Wilks, Matt Eberflus. All 3 ended up landing defensive coordinator jobs elsewhere. Ulbrich himself was also being considered for the Jets' head coaching job. In fact, he interviewed with New York just 2 days before meeting with Atlanta. But in the end, Ulbrich knew Atlanta was the right place for him and his family. Over the 6 years I've been here, this has become home for us, he said. My daughter graduated here, my 2 sons went to high school here, and my family has embraced Atlanta. Coming back? A dream come true. Not everyone loves the hire. Of course, some critics have questioned the decision. Some believe it was a buddy-buddy move, suggesting that Morris may have let personal connections influence his decision. But Ulbrich sees their history as a strength, not a weakness. We can have long, tough conversations. If you were an outsider looking in, you might think we're arguing, but we're just pushing each other to be better. One thing is clear: Morris and Ulbrich are ready to get to work. And let's be honest, this defense needs all the help it can get. The Falcons' defense has struggled for a long time. And now, Raheem Morris and Jeff Ulbrich know they need to hit the jackpot if Atlanta wants to compete again. Familiarity can be a risk, but it can also be the secret ingredient to success. What do you think, Falcons fans? Can Morris and Ulbrich turn things around, or should the team have brought in new faces? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive Falcons content. Go Falcons!